Okay. I don't know why I start everything with okay, but okay. It's 4:29 on Tuesday, the 22nd. On my way to the Subaru dealer to trade my Outback in for an Ascent, which is the bigger version of it. It's kind of the charger cord was on the paddle shifters on this thing. The Ascent is kind of like it's a cross between the body lines of the Forester and the Outback, but just bigger, and I mean considerably bigger. Got a screaming deal on it. It's the touring edition. It's the black with the paint protection and stuff like that on it. The bottom line is that there's a number of things with this Subaru that have started to go sideways, and I am concerned that it's out of warranty and not covered, and there's considerable amount of things that I just am not currently excited about, that I didn't want to spend the money to fix or to just pay for in general. And this person is being an absolute asswipe. Excuse my language. It's a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and for me to move over, I had to go 70 miles an hour just to merge because my lane was ending. Because they didn't want to let me in. Anyways, 2 days before Thanksgiving, and these people have no thankfulness. So, number one, it was due for a $900 60,000 mile, soon 60,000 mile tune-up. I guess they change all the oils, fluids, everything, spark plugs, and it just galls me to pay that kind of money. And then the driver's side window the other day would not go down. Now, it had a issue where it would not go back up. It'd go up, go back down, go back up, all the way up, and then go right back down. Go back up, go back down, like 20 times. It happened to me coming back from my sister's funeral in Atlanta, or north of Atlanta, whatever's north of Atlanta, inbreeders and stills. And so I just like, what in the heck? And it was my understanding that that was a common issue. Okay, so I mentioned it, and it was never taken care of, and then it went past 36,000 miles, and then I just really had a problem with them not fixing it. They finally did something. I don't think they fixed it, like replaced the sensor strips. I think they just took the sensor strips out and didn't, replace them. So now this, I've lost faith in the driver's side window. I have just yesterday, or 2 days ago, I was driving and the passenger window started doing the same thing. The headlights they've got the plexiglass cover on them, and for whatever reason, these things are already, now mind you, it's got 56,200, and by the time I turn it in here, 50 miles. 56,250 miles. And the headlights are starting to already fog over from, just wear and tear, sitting out in the sun or whatever. Now granted, it's a 2016 or 2018 Outback, so it's almost 5 years old. Model year 2023 is already out, so it's 5 years old. It's got 56,000 miles on it, and the headlights are already looking like that. And I see it every time I go around the front of the car, so it just pisses me off. I'd gotten the car originally, and there was water spots on it that I have never been able to get out. And it's just never been important enough for me to spend the money to have it acid washed or detailed to the point where they would get the water spots like off the glass and everything. The glass had water spots on it, all the windows. So then the final bullet has been that the seat right on the driver's side seat on the outside closest to the door, the leather has just split and is starting to peel up and flake off. Not just on the seat, right on the outer edge of the bolster of the seat, but on the outside edge of the seat surface on the back of the seat. So I'm just not happy with that. 56,000 miles and the seat's already coming apart. So now granted, I've kayak and all that stuff, but I've taken a lot of pains to keep the thing clean and take care of it. And it's just, I'm looking at it now, I think correctly, as a vehicle that's going to start costing me a sum of money to keep on the street. And I'm not willing to go down the rabbit hole of still making car payments. Not many, but some. And now making almost a monthly payment on repairs. No. So when I get in and do the paperwork and everything, and I got to tell you the story about the financing, good God almighty. I'll come back in when I'm done, and I've got a check for the amount. I financed it through my credit union, and they weren't happy about that. So I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but they decidedly were not happy that I sought my own financing, brought my own financing to the dance. So let me go in here and see if I can get this thing switched over. You never know. Thanks. Bye. Or I'll talk to you in a minute. Next day, Wednesday the 23rd or whatever it was, yeah, I did a thing. So there it is. Looks very similar to the Outback, just a real big version of it. You would think that I would have looked for this specifically because I wanted all the bells and whistles and all the doodads that come with this vehicle, but it wasn't. I liked the way the car looked. I wanted a bigger vehicle. I knew I was in a position where I about ready to start having to spend some money on the Outback, and I just wasn't willing to do it. So I saw this, and believe it or not, all the times that you see like an incredibly low priced version of a car that you'd really like a huge discount or some nonsense the dealerships play. Well, this is that car. This is the car that is the super low priced, discounted price in the loss leader, where they only have one of them and for one specific vehicle. Well, this is that vehicle. I got a huge discount on it. It's kind of a bad vehicle, and like I said, I like the look of it, and the discounted price put it right in line with the regular one. And it just so happened that this was the touring edition, and included in this touring edition is the all my stuff in there, the 4 captain's chairs, and Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole spiel on it, kind of a review of the vehicle. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, you know what, I'm gonna flip this around, and this is gonna be a longer video, okay? It's not what I wanted to make, it's the one that I've got to make. Be right back with you. Okay, let me get my hands out of the picture. Well, let me kind of back out a little bit. So here's the thing that kind of grates my gears real bad. Quickly, the dealership that I went through, yes, I got the only existing ever in the history of forever discounted Subaru at this level. So that's all well and good. And in the sales process, and again, I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to name dealership, I'm not going to name anything. It's we have several Subaru dealers around here. So I go in there, and I wanted to look at the Wilderness, or an Onyx, or maybe another Outback. There's nothing wrong with the car except for the things that I listed earlier in the video, which I think is nonsense. So I go through, and the salesman tells me that it does indeed have a trailer hitch. And that's one of the things that was the deciding factor to go to this more expensive, bigger vehicle. None of the Subarus come with the trailer hitch. It's a dealer accessory, a dealer add-on, and not one of the new vehicles had a trailer hitch. Okay, well, I have the Kayak. I have to have a trailer hitch. So if you think about the Wilderness, and I did want a turbo. This time I wanted to go up to a turbo, have a little bit more power, a little bit more sporty. So to get into that category, the low end was $38,000, and the high end was, for an Outback of whatever model, the Onyx or the Wilderness, it's like almost $42,000. But then you've got $1,000 to put a trailer hitch on it. Now, I put the one on mine, and I just didn't want to go through that again. I didn't want to have to wait for it. I didn't want to have to order the thing. I didn't want to have to crawl under it and take the exhaust system off the back and the shielding and cut the shielding and fish the bolts through the frame and bolt the damn thing down. I just didn't want to go through it. Just put a trailer hitch on one, and that's what I want. Well, what I was told was, I'm not going to flip this thing around and cut the video again. I hate splicing these things. I was told that that panel right there, it's pinned on right now, but when they deliver it to you, they'll take the pins off, and there'll be little thumb screws on the bottom. You unscrew it, this plate comes off, and your receiver is right there with the electrical for your trailer. So I'm sitting in the GM's office and telling him, you know, what kind of led me to this choice, because it kind of surprised him. And I told him, because I had a trailer hitch. He goes, no, it doesn't. I'm like, dude, that's why we're at this point right now, okay? Going through, allowing my credit union to ding my credit, checking it. And believe me, after my divorce and the devastation of my credit rating for years, I've kind of become a little bit protective of my credit rating. Before it was like, look, I'm gonna have to buy here, pay here, D-paper loan, because my credit's shot, okay? So, you know, it's divorces. It is what it is. There was nothing good about that, nothing. So, spin forward, and he goes, yeah, he looked it up, he goes, yeah, there's none. I'm like, dude, that's what he told me. He goes, now, are you sure? I'm like, dude, do you think that I would be sitting here right now looking at this car that's going to now cost me another $1,000 more that I didn't want to spend, okay, on something before. So I got like a $3,500, just the first step was a $3,500 discount off the sticker price, and I wasn't paying sticker price, so it was down in the price range of a Wilderness, a lot bigger vehicle. And to tell you the truth, the Wilderness has got knobby tires on it. It's got, you know, kind of semi off-road tires, and it's noisy going down the street. I don't care what they tell you. If you have BF Goodrich semi off-road tires, they're going to sing going down the freeway. I didn't want that. Okay, that's why I put the Pirelli Scorpions on my other one, in addition to the fact that they were 80,000 mile tread life warranty on those tires. So that was the deciding factor there. So we worked it out where he was going to eat $500 of it, and then I would put in $500. I'm like, there's no way it's $1,000 for a freaking trailer hitch. Okay, I know they're about 200 bucks. So he agreed to just put in 500 bucks, and I put in 500 bucks and I get whatever I want. And so I decided, because it didn't have the rubber mats, I said that's the other deal breaker for me, is because my Outback, the carpet mats or the carpet never had a foot put on them. Okay, they always had the rubber mats on it, and I had seashells and sand and grit and crap all over those rubber mats, not on the carpet. The carpet was pristine, brand new. Okay, the back seats brand new. So he said, all right, so that should cover that. So we had to bump the price back up 500 bucks because he put in $500, not bumping the price up, but me just tossing it in alone. I just didn't feel like stroking a check for 500 bucks because I know there's going to be things that surprise, and I didn't want to be caught short, and I didn't want to be moving money around, any of that stuff. So I go into finance, and here's a lesson for you. They sat there and took my payment and added almost $300 to that son of a bitch. Okay, excuse my language. They were trying to get me to buy, what do they call that? Where draw a blank when I need to remember something. Where you have a car. Okay, anyway, so it'll come to me as soon as I done film this. So it's when you wreck your car and you still owe more than you owe more than the resale value of it or whatever. Okay, it's that crossover insurance, whatever. Well, I have it on my car insurance, so there's no way I'm paying $1,200 more for that. So you know what the interest rate's going on. The Fed is just trying to slow down the economy. By the way, we're all taking it in the shorts for that. You understand that. Slowing down the economy is destroying people's lives, okay? So that they can get a handle on the economy, that they, with that quantitative easing and all that crap that they did, put too much money in the market. Now inflation is going to go crazy. To slow down inflation, they're devastating the economy, slowing it down, and they're raising the interest rates up to 10% on home loans, okay? That's what it'll be. Mark my words. So interest rates are crazy. So they come in and they said, well, we can get you to a 3.9. So I'm like, okay. And I go to my credit union because they were higher than that. And it kind of irked me that my credit union would have a higher interest rate than a car dealer. So long and the short of it is, after all the dickering, all the arguing, everything back and forth, come to find out the only way I could get that 3.9% financing is to take almost $10,000 in add-ons and warranties, tire appearance, ding protection, okay? So they'll take care of dings. Well, I had door dings in my car nonstop, and I think twice I had dings taken out. You know, the guy goes in and pops them out. So, and I paid that out of pocket. It wasn't worth no $1,000, I promise you that. I think I paid $1.50 per visit. So it was about $10,000 in financing and all that. No, it was more than that. I think at the end of the day, if I kept the loan all the way to the end, it would increase the amount that I paid on the car by like $21,000. And it gets dark out, and you know, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I don't want to be out when it's dark out. Not scared or anything like that. It's just like, hey, it's time to come home, you know, start rolling up the sidewalk, all that. Well, it was $5.50, and I decided that I'm putting the brakes on this. Okay, they had already taken the license plate off my car and put it on this one, so I put the brakes on the deal. But I texted the manager and everything, said, hey, I'm still in it, okay, but I'm looking for a better rate. And I had to go find somebody to go put the plate back on my car. I mean, it's just like, all right, whatever, bye. Little tricks like during the process where they took my key and put it up by the sales manager. I'm like, no. The fob, go get my fob and put it right here. Don't play that game with me. So I was just kind of pissed with the little sales tactics, and it's an ugly business, okay? And don't think for a second that I fault them. They're doing their job. You know, they're not there to sell cars. They're there to make money, period. And they're doing their job. And if you're not aggressive enough to protect yourself and be your own advocate, you get what you get. They're there to be aggressive. Oh, we're friends, but they're still going to put it in you, okay? So I back and forth, finally decided to go ahead and do it through my credit union. And I had to get a buyer's order and all that crap and have it sent over to them. And it was just a massive cluster. You know what I'm saying? I go over there, sign the papers. It's funny, when you give them a check, it's like a 5-minute deal. Just sign here, sign here, sign here, here. Basically all to do with the trade-in, that, you know, I didn't roll the meter. It's not salvage title. Duh. So it was in and out. Now, normally they kiss your ass. They get to wash the car. They bring it up front. I walk out with my little folder, and it's very thin. Okay, when you finance something, that folded up thing's like that damn thick. You can't even get it in your damn glove compartment because it's so thick. Okay, there's a little, you know, like a couple pieces of paper, photocopies. Here you go. So this is kind of a new deal. You know, it's been a while since I bought a car. Okay, besides the Outback, and I sold them, and I know what the game is. Okay, so I go outside. They pull my old car, the Outback, over to this one. Said, hey, you need a hand getting your stuff out. Well, I'd already gone through and pulled everything into milk crates and stuff like that and had it all ready to go, and just flipped it over, just set it in my car. Okay, man, see ya. Now, nobody did anything to show me any of the functionality of the car. I just went and got gas. I sat there for like, I don't know, a couple minutes while everybody and their brother is trying to get the cheap gas at Walmart or Sam's Club and trying to find the gas door lever. Now in the Outback, it's right there on the door frame, on the door sill. You pull it up and it pops open the door. Well, this, you push the door cover and it pops it open. Okay, well, I finally guessed that. There's all kinds of, trying to set up the garage door opener. There's all kinds of other settings. Oh, it's got this auto vehicle brakes, okay, and it's a button. You push that on and it sits there and holds the car in place. You take your foot off of the gas at a stoplight. Well, when you go through a car wash, you've got it in neutral and it's still as if it's in gear. I had no idea how to turn that damn thing off, and finally figured out that there was a button there that matched the little green light on the dash, and finally got the damn thing off. And meanwhile, it's like, and everybody's looking at me like I'm mental. Okay, that's cool. So the last thing I want to tell you is my finance company, or my credit card, or my credit union, tried the same crap, trying to sell me a warranty, okay, and payment protection. So I get it, you know, the payment protection I might put on there, I can do it at any time, you know, because my company's changing, okay, they're rotating stuff around, moving it around, but just as a sense of security. So bottom line is, They will hump you bow-legged, okay? Be aware. They will put all the, you think that the calls for your warranty, auto warranty is almost up? Oh, good Lord. These people got pissed when I said I didn't want the financing. I didn't want any of the extended warranties or anything like that. They were pissed. When I came in there, I said I had my own financing, I had a check. They didn't like that at all, okay? So the bottom line is that they were going to finance it through Subaru, which means that Subaru was carrying the paper and was making all the money, okay? Then with all the special warranties and guarantees and all that stuff, well, they're factory warranties, but it's not. What they're doing, it's like Vegas odds makers. You never beat the house. What do they care if they have to replace a entertainment center in a car? Okay, they made $21,000 off of you. You think they care? No, they don't care. What if they have to replace the sensors in the doors? Now, see, that's the thing that really had me pissed off is the door sensors on this thing was so that you couldn't get your head caught in there, you know, trying to off yourself or whatever with the window. It would reverse back down. Well, they started failing, and it's a known issue, okay? But it was out of the 36,000 mile, 3-year warranty. So long and short of it is, I took it with the 36,000 mile, 3-year manufacturer's warranty, and I'll just play it by ear. Throw some more money at the payments, get it where I'm positive again. And see, that's the biggest thing, is that I was positive in the deal. I wasn't upside down. Get there, okay? Pay off credit cards, get all that credit, get it so that you can make a little higher payment, but extend it out so that you can make payments on your own additional that'll go directly to the principal, and try to find a credit union. This has not been a happy experience. I mean, it has not been a happy experience. I'm not excited by the experience. I'm not excited by the different things that went on. It has been a ball buster. And so, but I do have this car. Now I have to wait for them to call me. Nobody said anything about when they're gonna install the trailer hitch, or the receiver. Nobody said when they're gonna get the rubber mats in. So I can't kayak or anything because I don't have a vehicle with a trailer hitch. So that was my experience with a used car dealer, and I'm telling you, you got it coming if you don't go in there wearing your, you know, backside on lock. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for watching. Not trying to be bitter, not trying to pick on these people. That's what they get paid to do. That's their job, okay? So I'm not hating on them for doing their job. I would be hating on them if I had $200 and something more a month in car payment, 200 plus more a month than what I was told it would be. Okay, that would, and walk out and then realize the next day. So that's the news, weather, and sports. I hope this was helpful to somebody. You can do this. Go in there and just don't take crap from them. You know, stand your ground. So I'm gonna post this. It's a little bit longer. Do me a favor, if you like what if my juice came in, my sauce came in strong, no weak sauce here, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'm gonna do a review on this and some of the crazy things that are in this car. But I didn't know it was there. I didn't buy it for that. They're just part of the package. So some of it's pretty interesting. So thanks, happy Thanksgiving. If I don't put out a video before then, thanks for watching. Bye.